There is something that I found in here that is really interesting. I have to climb all the way up in here to show you. Well, hello everyone and welcome back, and I'm back too, and it's April 10th I believe, and I'm finally out on the bike. Well, it's not the first time out on the bike, it was the first time out on the bike with the camera and everything. So yeah, we have a cool, clear day, and I thought I better get out and I want to test some of the new mods I've made on the bike. Let's just get going here first. Okay. So I made a few modifications to the bike, and one of them is I put new Camel risers on the handlebars, which brought it up about an inch or an inch and a quarter, and I'm trying them out, trying to see how they feel. I'm trying to assess, is it better, is it worse, is it going to help me? So I'm out testing those out right now. New microphone in the helmet, which I won't know till I get back and play this video to see if it's come out good, but I did test it in the shop, so I'm assuming it's working. And what was the other thing? Oh, I took the rubbers out of the stands, my pegs, because they were getting kind of slippery. Standing on them and I just keep feeling like my foot's gonna slip off, so I took them out, and I'm just trying to get ready because I've got some interesting off-road stuff coming up later on this summer, but I've also got some nice big bike trips coming up too. We did do a boxing review. I'm testing out this new jacket. I guess that's something new too, which I did a video on, a review of unboxing of it. Wait, I just want to make sure no one's coming here. And now, so this is actually the first time out riding with it. I got a new back protector that goes into it, and I put that in, the proper size one this time. But what it's done is it's made the jacket feel a little bit tighter around my girth. And no amount of sit-ups and push-ups are going to make my belly get any smaller. So I'm just gonna hope that this jacket is gonna loosen up a little bit. Like, it's not real bad, but it's just a little bit snugger than it should be. I like a jacket to be a little bit loose. It actually keeps you warmer that way. Well, I just thought that was interesting, so I thought I would stop and take a photo. You heading out? How are ya? I just saw that, so I just thought I'd stop for a photo. Just looking for anything interesting, you know. Yeah. Are you going out or just coming back?
Well, no,
oh, you're waiting for a buddy. Yeah. Then you're both going out.
Well, I don't know. He actually has a Harley Davidson Pan America.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So
I test drove one of those. I was thinking about trading mine in for it, but I decided no. But it's a nice bike. I liked it, but I just didn't think it was better than mine. So, you know, just got to be happy with what you got. Anyway, I'll just take a little photo, and yeah, it's a good day for a ride. A little cool, but it's nice and clear. So anyway, heading up. Now, this is always a place that people like to stop when they're biking. It's just a little pullover spot. We better watch the sand here. In the spring, you gotta watch the sand. Oh, look at me. Oh, Mr. U-turn. Mr. U-turn guy. Oh, I admit it. I suck at U-turns. I've practiced and practiced. The best I could do is just kind of a paddle walk U-turn. I've never been to a course for it, but they probably would fail me. It's a lovely place to stop for a spot of tea and look at the view as the Women's Institute discusses the local gossip. And you can sit here and look at the view and have tea. 1897 to 2007. What happened in 2007? Isn't that cool, those little teacups? You know me, I like my tea. If I was on a bike trip, I would like set up my little cooker here and I would make a spot of tea right here. About these Camel risers, I'm going to make sure I'm in a good position here. But I guess one of the main things is the standing is definitely feels better for me. Here, I'm going to put the cruise on. Speed up a little bit. Okay, now we'll put the cruise on. And you know, a lot of times if I want to give my ass a break on a long trip, more so than just off-roading, is I love to stand on the pegs, but it was just too much of a hunch and a crouch. But now I can actually stand more or less fairly comfortably. I'm still kind of straining my thighs a bit as I grip the tank with my legs. But, you know, not bad. I can actually straighten my legs, and I wasn't able to straighten my legs before, and that caused a lot of strain on the legs when you were standing. So that's one good thing about the Camel risers. That inch or inch and a quarter has made a huge difference there for me. It's nice. And now doing the curves feels fine now. It felt a little bit weird at first when I first did the bars, but not so bad now. Like, you just got to kind of get used to it, I guess. And I'm actually really glad that I did check it out, because when I took the old bolts out, 2 of them were loose and I didn't even realize. So I was riding around with loose bolts on my handlebars. God, if those things went loose, they could have been a little squirrely. So now coming into Big Bay. Big Bay. We'll go see how the Big Bay looks. I wonder if that little general store up there with all the ice cream is still open. I don't really feel like having ice cream now, it's too cold. But it's a great place to stop if you're on Grey Road 1. You see it there, the Big Bay General Store. Yeah, wonderful place to get ice cream. Fantastic. But no, we don't need it today. Oh, we got a bit of sandiness here. Hope that's going to be okay. I'll watch what we're doing. We'll take it. I know one guy drove his bike right out there, but I don't really think that's necessary. How about like this? That's a good spot. Just give you a look here if you ever want to go swim it, or maybe just skipping rocks. If you like skipping rocks on a bay, then I would say this is like one of the ultimate spots you can go, is Big Bay. So see that whole beach down there? It's just completely covered with like perfect skipping rocks. I think they've even had skipping rock competitions here at one time. So it's a fantastic for that. And this isn't the best swimming area. It's too rocky there. I mean, you could, if you had a old pair of running shoes or something and you wanted your kids to play on the rocky beach, it'd be nice. If you come here in the heat of the summer, you can jump off of this pier. Nobody seems to mind. Now the only problem is I got kind of sensitive feet. Like, I'm the kind of person that can barely walk across gravel in bare feet. Like, I'm just like, ow, ow, ow. So I have a hard time getting out of this water. If you have a look-see, you see that ladder is just like steel bars. And when you put your cold, wet feet on those trying to climb out, it hurts like a biatch. At least on my feet it does. Absolutely kills. But other than that, if you can get out, maybe some water shoes might help or something. And then there's some nice spot over here too. And again, it's got another one of those ladders that you can climb out on, and you could just jump into that water. And it's deep. It's like maybe 15-20 feet deep there, and deeper off the end. And you can see clear as a bell. You can see right to the bottom. Pretty awesome, isn't it? Okay. All right. Oh, look, somebody's bringing the boat down. I think. No, he's doing something else. He's filling up water. He's filling up lake water on his thing. We'll check it out in a minute.
Fluoride-free water, mate, right there.
Yeah,
Straight
yeah.
out of the lake.
What do you use it for?
My house.
Like you're drinking it, or you have filter system?
Eventually, yeah, I run it through a Berkey system.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I have a house just up the road.
Oh, that's cool. So you just fill it up with lake water, and then you have a pretty good filter system, and it just filters it all out, eh?
I have a UV light.
Yeah.
And then just a cloth filter that runs up.
Chlorine too, or no?
Nah.
No chlorine?
Nah.
And it works good, eh?
Yeah, well, it's the same as these guys.
Well, that's great.
Well, it's also, remember in the olden days when we didn't have to Purell ourselves and disinfect everything?
Yeah, exactly.
So
and you survived, didn't you? You survived. Yeah, you did. Yeah, that's pretty cool. So, like, a lot of these houses around here have cisterns, so you have to order a truck to bring your water for your house and fill it up. But he's thought of a great idea. He just fills it up at the lake, and then he has his own water treatment system at his house. So he doesn't have to pay like $200 to get his cistern filled up. He just has to come down here once in a while, and he's good to go for a while. All right, well, enough of that. Let's move on. You know, this whole sharp turns on gravel and U-turns and stuff, I honestly believe it's my biggest problem is fear. There's a couple nice little picnic spots around here. I'll show you this one. And it's just spots if you're biking, you can stop here. Little view, nice view of the water. I'm not gonna get off this time. Cold Poise Lookout. The other one's actually as a picnic spot. I've never really driven through here, so I'm hoping this goes back out to the road. Oh, we got to get a little off-road experience anyway, eh? Get our off-road feet back again. Try the standing again with the new riser bars. Still bent me. Yeah. That's just because I was looking to make sure no one was coming. So as you come up on the second sharp bend going up a hill, I'm going to step a little outside of my comfort zone today if it's not too bad down there. And we're going to see Bruce's Caves. You can see right here at the top of the hill. Watch no one's coming over. Again, more sandy stuff. Road not assumed. Well, Richie, this isn't like you, is it? And I'm going to stand a little bit, just some light brake. Not so bad so far. Oh, I know there's a worse spot up ahead. This isn't it. I didn't realize how far it was, did they? Actually, I don't have to go down the rough spot, I don't think. It's parking right up here. Well, that was a lot worse before when I came down here. That was like a gnarly spot, if I'm remembering correctly. Anyway, so there we are. We made her down here. Trail, actually, it wasn't as gnarly as I thought it was going to be, which is cool. So you can read the blurb right here on Bruce's Caves, but I'll give you the gist of it. You see that old guy there? That old guy says Robert Bruce. Well, yeah, yeah, he looks a little different, that's for sure. And then there's his gravestone. And what's it say? He died in 1881 or something like that. Born in 1808. And he was like one of the Scottish settlers, I guess, that come up here. I'm pretty sure it was Scottish. Scottish or Irish, one or the other, but I think he was Scottish. And he owned this piece of land here. Obviously, you could tell it's not really great for farming. But what he did do was he discovered this cave. And even back then in the mid to late 1800s, he decided to make a tourist spot out of it and allow people to come up and check it out, like wealthy socialites that want to go out for a trip, you know, because back in those days only the wealthiest people did touristy stuff. So he opened it up and he charged admission for this place, which was pretty cool. And so people could come up and go see this cave, which is pretty nice. So we're going to go check it out. You can see it's a nice little hiking trail. It's not too long. If you're not very mobile, don't worry. It's not too far to go. Might be a little gnarly around the cave though, climbing over rocks, but just go as far as you can. Oh, look, there's a big tree in the way. We had a big fall down. I know there was a bit of a windstorm last month. Ooh, yeah, that just snapped. That's an old elm too. Oh, I think it's an elm, my favorite kind of tree. Right across the path. Well, they're gonna have to chop that up pretty soon. Okay. Eventually, of course, he died, and I think it was 1881, it said there. And the property ended up getting sold, and it went through a few hands or whatever, and it eventually ended up in the hands of the municipality and became a conservation area. And that's what it remains today, is a conservation area. So people today can come and see Bruce's Cave just like they did back in the day, so long ago, more than 200 years ago. Yeah, people have been coming here over 250 years, almost 300 years maybe. That's pretty cool. So this place does have some history to it. So here we are, Bruce's Cave. I can see here's some people in the distance, but I think they're up top. So it looks like we kind of got it to ourselves for now. So it's just this big carve out of limestone that went in. Now you might think, well, that's not too spectacular, but there is something that I found in here that is really interesting. I have to climb all the way up in here to show you. So let's get in here and show you. It's getting rockier and rockier. Yes, there it is. Now, most of us don't like graffiti, obviously. And most of us would come to a natural place like this and say, anybody writing on the walls, that's vandalism, and it's a terrible thing. But there's something really interesting about this graffiti. I can barely even read it anymore. And I don't know if you can, because the light is now pretty dark in here for you to see. And I'll get some good footing. Last time I was here, I was able to read it, but I believe it says 1894. And these people came in and they left all of their names neatly written. I don't know if it was a family or what. There's some different last names. But this group of people in 1894 came in here and left their name on this rock. Probably some of those wealthy socialites that I was talking about that paid Bruce a few bucks to come see it, and they've decided to leave their name. So yeah, it's quite worn compared to even last time I saw it a few years ago. But graffiti, the I was here from 1894. So what's that? 130 years ago that they came and wrote their name right there. Now there's some other stuff here. It's not quite as old, but I think somebody wanted to try and follow suit. And that was more written. And that's probably what it looked like when they first did it. And it says Jesse Merrill Graham Dorfman, October 27, 94, 1 century. Yes, so that was 1894. And I wonder if there's a Merrill or a Dorfman in there. But I believe they're claiming perhaps to be descendants of the ones that left their name there. And if that's the case, that is super cool. Whew. Out of the trail, El Conquistador. I have returned. I'm glad you stayed there unmolested. We shall head out on the trail again. And we're out of here. So there you go. A little more of the local history for you folks. Let her go. Alright, looks like we're good. Like I say, it's more of this sand on the corners I'm more worried about. Okay, we're good. And we're off. So we made it to Wyerton. And we're stopping for my planned Timmy break. Well, I tried it again, and that's the thing about spring and late fall, is you're practically sweltering when you stop, and then as soon as you get out on the highway, it's like, brr. So I thought I would try it without the liner, and yeah, it's getting kind of nippy out there. Oh shit, I had the back open, hope I didn't lose anything. Camera's still there, water bottle. I think we're okay. As far as I know. I think it's a good thing that it's like that. I think what it is this Revit jacket is actually meant to keep you cool more so than keep you warm. Unless you have the liner in it. So you throw the liner in when it's cool, when it's a little cold, but normally on a hot summer day you don't want to be sweltering. And so you take the liner out, and then that's why I think I got cool so fast. Because it's just designed to do that. It's designed to cool you down. Okay, Hepworth, corner, yeah. That's just the old turn right at Hepworth. When you're coming up, and you turn left at Hepworth, going back. And if you remember that, you can always master getting through Hepworth. Coming into Springmount. That's a cool shed. Whew. I'd like to know how they get it into my backyard, even if I did have the money for it. That's a nice parking lot for practicing U-turns and stuff. Let's keep that one in mind, because I got to get doing that again. I got to go out, since I suck so bad at U-turns, I got to go out and practice. That's all you can do. Well, we're heading back on 18, which runs parallel to 26, going back east. And I guess that pretty much is the loop for the day. Probably could have gone a little further, but hey, it was a good run for my first good time out. And daughter wants me to meet her after school. I might even pick her up on the bike, who knows. But we're heading back, so I just wanted to say I hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks for all of you for hanging in there, wait for that long winter till the videos start again. And thanks to those new subscribers that I've noticed that haven't even seen anything new in a few months, so kudos to you as well. So thanks for all joining, and we will see you again in the next video.